Alright guys, so I am going to try to make a video here to show you how to draw this, maybe a little bit better than the one that they had. This is what we're drawing right here. I mean, this is what we're building. We're building a skimmer, alright? We're going to have these two fins, we're going to have the main body, and then right under here, which is hard to see, you're going to have an air scoop, alright? These are the actual dimensions. Okay, this is a technical drawing, so if you take a look at it, it's basically a blueprint. You look at here, we've got 11 by 4, and then my question is always, how do you know if it's in inches or millimeters or centimeters, right? And there's two ways. Right here it talks about a 3-inch slit, but if you actually go to the bottom, which is where it would be on most technical drawings, measurements are in inches, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do this main body. Then we're going to come do one of these fins, and then we can use that as a template to create the second fin. And then we're going to go ahead and do the air scoop. So let's jump over to the camera and get started. Alright, here's our manila folder that we're going to use as our canvas for our skimmer. Alright, so I have to go 11 by 4 inches. So if I put this ruler up here, you're going to notice that it is literally just shy of 12 inches. And it is just a little bit greater than 11.5. So the point I'm trying to make is we're going to use this side as our length, and we only have to go up to 11 inches. Now, I'm going to go ahead and use this edge as one of my 11 inches. So what I'm literally going to do, I'm going to start over here. I'm going to put my ruler at the edge. I'm going to come up here, and somewhere around that 11-inch line, not somewhere, right at the 11-inch line, I'm just going to put a little dot. Because what that's going to do is tell me that this is 11 inches up here, right? So I know that from the edge to here is 11 inches. I'm then going to measure on that dot. I'm going to measure over 4 inches. And I'm going to try to keep that ruler as straight as possible. I know it's hard because there's no bearings there, but I'm going to put a little dot right here at 4 inches. And again, I'm lining the 0 up with the edge of the paper, coming over to 4 inches, okay? So 4 inches here. Now, in order to get a straight line, I'm literally going to go down to the other side. So I'm going to flip my paper over, and I'm going to measure 4 inches this way. Now, really, I'm doing it backwards. I put the edge of the paper on 4, the edge of the ruler here over here, I put it on 4, and I'm measuring back to 0, so I'm going to put a line right above that 0. All right, because that's 4 inches. You can use the ruler both ways. But now, I don't know how well it shows up on here, but now I've got two dots, right? I've got a dot here and a dot here. Maybe if I use a marker. I had one, there it is. And if I use a marker, it'll show up. You're going to use a pencil though, but if I put the dots here and here, they'll show up a little bit better, right? There's my dots that are both 4 inches in. So now what I'm going to do is I'm literally going to put my ruler down. I'm going to put the edge of the ruler, the 0, on the edge of the paper, and I'm going to line up the ruler with my dots, and I'm just going to connect the dots at this point, and I'll have an 11-inch line. And that's all you're going to do. You're going to draw this straight line, just hold the ruler as still as you can, come all the way up to 11. Boom, there you go. There's my 11-inch line. All right, does it show up on here? There it is. I wonder if I shut this off. Does that help? It helps a little bit. Alright, so there's my 11-inch line coming up this way. I'll go ahead and see if I can do it in this black marker. And that way it'll show up a little bit better. Hold that ruler still. You see, I just messed mine up. Now I am going to line up my ruler with the dot I put up here that was 11 inches high, right? And I'm going to line it up with the dot here. And I'm going to draw my straight line and box this in. And there we go. I've got my 4-inch by 11-inch rectangle right there. Now, the other reason that I use this is that these little lines, I don't know if you can see them on the video or not. Maybe not. But on your manila folder, there are 3 little lines on the edge. The cool part is those little lines are literally a 1/4 inch apart, because the next part of the drawing is that you have to draw a line a 1/2 inch in on both sides. So the nice part is that this is already measured for you over here. That's one less line we have to measure. I always believe in that whole adage, work smarter, not harder. So we're going to go ahead and do that line first, since it is already there. So you're literally just going to line your ruler up on that second little crease in the folder, okay? And then according to the directions, they want the first 3 inches solid. So here's 3. I'm just literally going to go from 0 to 3, and that's going to be a solid line. And then the rest of the line is dashed. And this is all they mean by dashed. Okay? And what that is we are going to cut this line. We're going to cut a little slit in it. This line we're going to fold. Now we have to do the same thing on this side, but this side we actually have to measure. So we're going to line up our ruler here at the 0. We're going to put a little dot at the 1/2 inch. Okay? Now in order to get a straight line, we have to come down to this side and do the same thing. Okay? So we're going to line up our ruler at 0, put a little line a 1/2 inch in, put a little dot, a 1/2 inch in. Now we'll do a straight line. So I will literally put my ruler here at the edge, and I will line them up, and we're going to connect the dots. First 3 inches are solid. Okay, when I say solid, that just means a solid straight line. Okay, so I'm just going to go from the 0 to the 3 as solid. Then I'm going to pick my pencil up, and I'm going to do a dotted line the rest of the way. Just like that. So now I've got my 2 1/2 inch lines. And that's very important to have the 1/2 inch. You want them measured perfectly the same, because then when you fold your skimmer, it is even. Now, just so that we know that this doesn't get cut, this line right here, we don't even have to measure it. We're just going to connect it. And we're going to make this a dotted line also, because we're not cutting this one. We're going to fold it right here. So literally just line your ruler up here at the top. It's easiest to put your pencil there, then fix the ruler. My hands don't work that great sometimes. 1, 2, 3, 4, perfect. There we go. Main body is done. That's the main body. So if you got to rewind that and watch it again, you're, good to go. Let's see, how do I get it all in? There we go. So we've got 3 inch slits. That's what it is when you watch their video. You got an 11 inch line by 4 inches wide. I use this side of the folder as my other line. So all I'm going to do when it comes time to cutting is just literally cut on that line. You don't have to draw anything. This is the bottom of your skimmer, so you won't see any of the drawings anyway. Now, let's go ahead and do the fin. And again, I only draw one fin, and I use the edge of the paper as one of my edges. Okay, so the fin is 3 inches by 3 inches when it comes left and right. So I want to make sure that I've got 3 inches here, and I do. So then I'm going to start a line right here. I'm going to put my 3 at the edge of the paper, and I'm going to draw from 0 to 3. There's the one side of my skimmer, right? Now, or a fin, I mean. Now I only need a 1/2 inch line at the top here. So you can do it one of two ways. You can put your ruler this way, and then you can just literally draw from 0 to 1/2, right? I'm going to do it the opposite way just because I'm right-handed here. I'm going to put my line here right on the 1/2 inch line, my dot right on the 1/2 inch line. And use the tool to your advantage. I'm going to go from the 1/2 inch to the edge. Right there. There's my 1/2 inch. Now I got to come down here. I've got to measure 3 inches across, because this, I need to know where 3 inches is. So 3 inches is right here. I'm just going to put a dot. Okay, if I put a dot, I'll know where to line up my ruler. And now all I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to measure a 1/2 inch line straight up. 0 to 1/2. And then all I have to do, no measurement involved, all I have to do is connect these two lines. So flip that paper, whatever way is easiest. I guess mine is this way. And you're going to connect this dot. Go ahead and put your pencil there down to this dot. Can you see that, hopefully? Try to do it straighter than I did. And there you go. So we got a 3-inch line, a 3-inch edge. This is a 1/2 inch. This is a 1/2 inch. And then you just connect the dots. Doesn't matter what the measurement is. Now the beauty is, all I got to do is I either cut straight through both pieces, you know, because it opens up as a folder. See that? So if I leave it folded and cut straight through, I can get 2 pieces. Or I cut this one and then put it down somewhere else on the paper and measure it and use it as a template. All right, last piece. Last piece is the air scoop. It's the hardest one. I've still got room over here. The measurement for the air scoop is 3 6/8. If you look online, that's the same as 3 3/4. That is, get my pen right, that's this dot right over here. Okay, so you should be able to see that on there. So we're going to 3. So I'm going to go from, I can put the dot here just so I know. And then I'm just going to draw this line from 3 to 3 3/4. That's the bottom of the air scoop. Now, I might have messed up there. I sure did, because I don't have enough room. So I'm going to open it up and do it on the inside. The nice part about having this is that you've got this whole other side as your canvas. So I'm just going to come in here. I got to do it all over again. So I'm going to go from 0 to 3 3/4, which is the same as 3 6/8, which is all the way to here. Okay. Now, here is the tricky part, if you will. Not really. You have to measure a 3/8 inch line on either side. Now, if you use the 0 to 1, 3/8 is going to be the same thing as 12/32. So you can count these little lines. If you line it up with the 1, 3/8 is easier to count, but it's totally up to you. 12/32 is going to be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. It's going to be like right here on the ruler. So there it is. See that black dot right above that long line? That's 12/32. And so here's the thing. All I have to do is put a dot above that, right? I just need to know where 3/8 is. So I'm going to put a dot right there. You can barely see that on the video. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to do the same thing. This time I'm going to measure backwards. I'm going to put my end of the line on 12/32 and put my dot right above the 0. Now, that's my 3/8 inch line and my 3/8 inch line, so I can draw my trapezoid. And now have to draw a 3-inch dotted line straight up and down. So put your 0 on the edge, make your line straight, and we're just going to do a 3-inch dotted line straight up and down. Get right to the 3. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing over here. 3-inch dotted line straight up and down. Now, I literally just have to connect these two, top to top. Make me a nice straight line. Now, you only have to go out 1/8 of an inch on either side. So 1/8 of an inch is, 2/16, which is the same thing as 4/32. So if you're looking at the ruler again, 4/32, if I wipe off this dot, I probably can't. You're literally just looking 4 lines in, so you're looking at this line right here. Okay? So I don't know, did it show up? Right there. So 4/32 is going to be this one right here. Okay, the one we did before was 12/32. So you're lining this up. All right, so we're going to line up our 1/8 inch right here. I'm going to do it backwards again. We're just going to draw that little line. I mean, it's literally just like, it's that big. Come over here, put it on the 0. And do the same thing. And that's it. 1/8 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch. I mean, the line is so tiny, it's not even funny. And then to finish your air scoop, you literally just put your pencil here on the edge and connect the dots. Okay? Put your pencil on the edge of one of them and then connect the dots. And that's it. That's your air scoop. It's nothing more than a trapezoid. But you have these dotted lines here because you're literally going to fold it so that it fits underneath this main body of the skimmer. It's actually going to fit right in between here. Right? So this was 3 inches wide, and that's what these two dots are here, 3 inches wide. And so then it folds and fits right underneath here. So you're going to eventually decorate, cut this out, come over somewhere over here and trace it and cut another one out, and then we'll cut this out. And that's it. That's your 4 pieces. I hope that helped. I hope that was better than theirs. All right. Have at it.